Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it seems like Mr. Biden is open to talk to Mr. Putin. He made his statement today at the White House during the press conference that he had together with the French President Macron. And Biden said, well, I'm open to speak with Putin as long as he does that. Well, the problem is that Biden wants Putin to do was already done before February 24th, 2022. So why should we go back? You disagreed with that then, and now you want them, the Russians, to go back to where you were then? You didn't approve, you didn't even pay attention to the Russians when they were asking you to talk to you regarding that then. And now you say, we're going to talk to you if you go back to that. Well, you proved one time that you didn't want to do that. Now, why would I go over there? I don't believe you. Because if I'm going to go back there where you said you're going to talk to me and we got over there, then what? You're going to say, well, now we'll talk, but I disagree with this, I disagree with that. No. Now you got smacked and we don't care if you talk to us. That should be the attitude. But let's see what's going on here with this semi-conscious humanoid. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. It's from December 1st, 2022. Talks with Putin possible if he ends war in Ukraine, Biden said. Well, if you stop supporting Ukraine, that could be ended in about a week. But so it makes two. It needs two here. Right? It takes two to tango, whatever they say, right? The US President Joe Biden would be open to direct talks with Russian dictator Vladimir Putin if Russia ends its invasion of Ukraine, Biden said on December 1st, as reported by Reuters. Yeah, but stop sending them weapons and we're gonna end it pretty soon. And I'm quoting. It's very interesting to pay attention what kind of language Joe Biden, the President of the United States of America, uses to referring to Vladimir Putin, okay? Not criminal, not this, not that. Just pay attention. And I'm quoting, I have no immediate plans to contact Mr. Putin, end quote, Biden said during a joint press conference with French President Emmanuel Macron at the White House. And I'm quoting again, I am prepared to speak with Mr. Putin if in fact there is an interest in him deciding he's looking for a way to end the war. He hasn't done that yet. According to Biden, the only quote-unquote rational way to end the war in Ukraine is for Russia to withdraw its troops. Well, its troops were withdrawn before February 24. Why did you talk to Russia before that? I don't believe you. Fuck off. Okay, I'm quoting again. It appears he's not going to do that. No, why would he? He's paying a very heavy price for failing to do that. And Ukrainians pay a price too. You don't pay any price. Interesting. Macron is currently on a state visit to the United States. So, did you hear? He is eager to speak with Russia and with Mr. Putin, not criminal Putin, not terrorist Putin, not war criminal Putin, Mr. Putin, not dictator Putin, as the New Voice of Ukraine put it, if Russia withdraw its troops. Well, let me remind you, the Russian troops were not where they are right now. They were not on the before 24th of February 2022. They were not. Remember, in December 2021, Russia provided a list of negotiation points to United States of America. I remember that was given straight to Blinken. They didn't answer to that one. They being the Americans. They ignored it. They said, come on guys, start that thing. We're waiting here. So why would I want to go back to something where I've been already and you proved that you are disinterested? Why would I take you now as a serious partner to negotiate? I can't do that. And besides, why don't we go to The Minsk agreements, how about those ones? Those are now international law. Why? Because they were legally signed by legitimate governments of countries, right? Under the, how do you call it, the protection, right, of guarantors, they're called. France, Macron, right? France and Germany. And that went to United Nations as a signed document that required Ukraine and those guys in the separatist regions to abide by certain rules. Nothing happened. Then we had then President Poroshenko of Ukraine stating about a week ago in a prank interview with some Russians that he signed those documents only to buy time to arm itself to take care of those separatists. So then why should Russia trust those guys who first helped organize that coup d'etat in 2014, which was, however you want to call it, that's a treasonous act done by actors from within the country with the help of services from foreign services. The one who does that and overthrows a legitimate, democratically elected government with outside help, that's the definition of a traitor. What is the punishment for a traitor? It used to be hanging, it used to be this, it used to be that, all right? It was never life in prison, you know, it was death for traitors. Nevertheless, when those guys overthrew the legitimate government, who recognized them? Who? Just check it out. The evidence is there. They had no problem saying, yes, that's fine, we recognize you. And they even went over there, some senators, if you remember, went to Kiev alongside these guys. Their photographs, their videos, that's information. It's not me making up shit. Now those guys over there said, no, you know, we're not going to recognize these guys who took over in that fashion. We will not recognize it. This guy says, no problem, we're going to send tanks, we're going to make you recognize us. And that's how the whole thing started. Then it was the Minsk agreements. They didn't abide by at the advice of someone else who in these 8 years provided weapons to Ukraine. So why would now Putin, the bad Putin and the bad Russians say, yes, we're going to come back because we trust you? No, I don't trust you at all. I think that's how it goes over there. They have no illusions. And besides, why would I go back to somewhere where a lot of people already died on both sides? You didn't give a damn. You didn't give a damn that Ukrainians died, American Russians died. You just took advantage of that on the oil market and the gas market in Europe. As an economy, you run their foreign policy, you sell arms to everybody, so you're just the biggest profiteer out of this is United States of America and the companies that, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure this is just a coincidence, okay? All right, and then someone, we don't know yet, and we're never going to find out who blew the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 gas pipelines. We're never going to find that one. Even though Biden said that that's not going to work one way or another, we're going to stop that. It's okay, and Victoria Nuland, the same woman who is recorded speaking with the American ambassador in Kiev, talking who we're going to appoint as the new leader after Yanukovych is toppled. What evidence you want? What evidence more you want? And they say, we're not going to talk to you unless you're going to do something. They're not going to do anything. You don't deserve anything done. Here is war. This what's going on here with the Ukrainian nation has a lot of people that are guilty, that are implicated, okay? And the history doesn't start in the 24th of February as everybody in the mass media tries to, and the weasel politicians try to make us believe. It started with the unprovoked invasion of Ukraine by the evil Russians. Nobody goes to December 2021, nobody goes to 2015 Minsk agreements, nobody goes to 2014 Minsk agreements, nobody goes back to the treasonous act of those guys topple a legitimate government. Nobody goes to 2008 statements in Bucharest at NATO summit when President then Bush Jr. said that one day Ukraine and Georgia will join NATO. What? They don't go to 1991, they don't go to 1989 when the Russians were promised, hey, no inch expansion of NATO eastward, not 1 inch. Where are they right now? So you see, they don't go that way. Nobody goes to, okay guys, we're gonna let you, okay, we agree. That's how it was, we agree for the German unification. They agree, they're Soviets. Oh, we beat the Russians, the Soviets were Russians, the Soviets. No, we didn't beat anybody. They didn't beat anybody. Sorry to break the news. It was an understanding, but anyway, understanding where some people indeed lost, which was the Russians and Soviet other satellite states that were over there. They lost and they won, because they lost being at the umbrella of this empire, and then they won their independence. And then as an independent state, you can be fucked up at any moment by a bigger state. Good job. So, no, I don't think that Putin is going to talk to this Biden, because he has no credibility. You say, well, does Putin have? Well, let me know when he lied. Okay? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.